Champs come to a close today. Robber faces multiple charges, 4 firearms seized by the police, while Argentina humiliates Brazil with a 4-1 beating. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. A St. Thomas man is facing multiple charges after he allegedly abducted, robbed, and sexually assaulted a woman in the Woodburn district of Yales in January. Charged with assault at common law, grievous sexual assault, robbery with aggravation, unauthorized access to a computer device, forcible abduction, and the larceny is 49-year-old Anthony Graham, otherwise called Ebe, a construction worker of Springfield District in St. Thomas. According to reports from the Morant Bay Police, Graham hauled a woman who was walking along the road into nearby bushes and then forced her into the back of a motor car driven by his accomplice. They reportedly drove to a remote area where they robbed her of 2 cell phones along with her Scotiabank debit card. Graham and his accomplice then demanded the password for the phones and her debit card PIN, sexually assaulted her, and left her in the bushes. The men later drove to an automated teller machine in Kingston where they withdraw 24,000, the police said. The properties stolen are valued at $92,000. A report was subsequently made to the police and an investigation was launched. On Wednesday of this week, March 26, the lawmen made a breakthrough in the case and Graham was arrested and later charged with the offense following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Graham's accomplice is now also being urged to turn himself in to the police. Meanwhile, 2 men were arrested early yesterday morning after being found with illegal firearms. St. Andrew police at about 12:30 lawmen went to 32 Auburn Road, Kingston 20, where 2 men were seen in a bar. Upon seeing the police, the men allegedly started acting suspiciously. The policemen requested a search of their person and during the search discovered that both men were armed with guns containing 5 9mm cartridges. The gun and ammunition were seized and both men were arrested and charged. One assault rifle was also found in St. Thomas on Wednesday, while 2 high-powered rifles were seized in Portland. In St. Thomas, a team of policemen seized an AK-47 assault rifle and 18 assorted rounds of ammunition. Reports from the Morant Bay Police are that between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. during a search of the Stewartfield community, the rifle and ammunition were seen hidden inside a knitted bag in a PVC pipe buried along a riverbed. No one was arrested in connection with that seizure. And hours earlier in Portland, lawmen found 2 guns with magazines containing 50 rounds of ammunition during a search in Gurney District in Manchaniel. Reports of the Manchaniel police are that about 2 a.m., lawmen carried out an operation at the premises in search of wanted men, and during the search, the firearms and ammunition were seized. 1 man was arrested and taken into custody. On to sports on football. Defending champions Argentina celebrated throughout Tuesday as the team secured its place at the 2026 World Cup hours before a historic 4-1 win over arch-rivals Brazil. Bolivia's failure to beat Uruguay meant that Argentina had enough cushion in South America qualifying to secure one of the continent's 6 direct spots for the 48-team World Cup, which is set to be co-hosted next year by the US, Canada, and Mexico. For Brazil, this was their worst defeat in South American World Cup qualifying history and it compounded pressure on coach Dorival Jr. Brazil are in 4th place in South American qualifying with 21 points, which is 10 behind Argentina, but only 2 behind 2nd place Ecuador, who were held to a 0-0 draw by Chile. Over in Jamaica, Falmouth United rebounded from their first loss of the season to a come-from-behind 2-1 win over Petersfield in their Jamaica Football Federation Championship Return Round Zone B game, which was played at Landila Sports Complex on Sunday. And the win means Falmouth United remains atop the point standing. They were beaten at home by Treasure Beach last week Tuesday, but rallied to get 3 points on Sunday, where both Reno and Treasure Beach were also winners. The win saw Falmouth United move to 22 points, which is 3 more than Reno, who are on 19, and Treasure Beach on 17. Reno bagged their 3rd straight win, blanking Duncan's United 2-0 with goals from Raheem Carr in the 8th minute and Joshane Foster opening his account when he scored in the 38th minute. Treasure Beach also beat Holland PYC 3-0 at the Lacovia Sports Complex. Meanwhile, the top of the table Zone A clash on Saturday between Mid-Forest and Baptiste Alliance ended in a 1-all draw, while Limehall and True Juice both scored 1-0 wins to close the gap. Mid-Forest remains at the top of Zone A after coming from behind in time added in the second half of their draw against Baptiste Alliance. Baptiste were on 17 points, are 1 point behind Mid-Forest, who took the lead in time added on the first round thanks to a goal from Orlando Ricketts. Raheem Porter, however, scored 6 minutes into added time for Mead Forest. Limehall edged Progressive FC 1-0 with Carlos Campbell scoring in the 60th minute, while True Juice also got a slim win against Grays Inn with Curtin Law scoring in the time added at the end of the second half. Also on Saturday, Spanish Town Police were 4-0 winners over Portlanders FC with goals from Robert Allen in the 35th minute, Jamari Ranger in the 44th minute, O'Shane Senior in the 73rd minute, and Jordan Ellison in the 87th minute. On to track and field, Wilma's boys sprinter Gary Card grimacing pain but held on to win the boys class 1 100 meters final at the Boys and Girls Athletics Championship at the National Stadium on Wednesday. Card, who was the pre-race favorite, appeared to be in distress but he managed to cross the finish line in a decent 10.28 seconds before collapsing on the track clutching his right leg. So we did not get any breaking of that record. Tyrese Foreman, who nearly caught the card at the finish, was second in 10.29, while Excelsior Malik Nugent took third in 10.35. With the girls, Lacovia's High Sabrina Dockery and Shania Douglas of Mushat High obliged as Hughes favorites and won the girls' Class 1 and Class 2 100 meters final respectively. Dockery looked like an athlete on a mission running a new lifetime best of 11.07 seconds, which is the second fastest time ever for a female at Champs to win the Class 1 title, getting out of the blocks like a bullet and then streaking home for the win. Homewood Technical Daniel Lewis was second in 11.43, and Edwin Allen's Renisha Edwards was third in 11.54 seconds. And as expected, Douglas won the Class 2 race in 11.32 seconds, which is also the second fastest time ever, as she caught the fast starting Natrice East of Wilma's girls, who did a time of 11.59 seconds, while Aldor Campbell of San Diego took third with 11.66 seconds. And today we'll see more fireworks as the relays final will determine the winning school and the rest of the school's placement today. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.